Hello and welcome to Aberdeen, Scotland for the World Junior Curling Championships 2018. Aberdeen's Scotland's third most populous city with around 200,000 people. Also hosts a wide variety of cultural events, including the Aberdeen International Youth Festival, the world's largest art festival for young performers. We'll have lots of young performers in the Curl Aberdeen ice rink this afternoon, as well as the best young curlers from around the globe battle it out on the ice. It's Switzerland to play Scotland in the round robin session number 7 in the men's competition. My name is Sander Rulvåg and I'm joined by Olympic champion Rona Howie. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let's meet the teams. For Switzerland, at lead is Reto Schönenberger. At second for the Swiss team we have Simon Höhn. Throwing the third stones is Simon Glor. And Team Switzerland will be skipped by Jan Hess.
And the Scottish lineup at lead we have Duncan McFadden. Second, Fraser Kingan. And the third, Robin Bryden. And skip, Ross White.
We'll just take a look at how the teams stack up so far throughout the competition. We've played 6 rounds of the round robin, 3 left in it. Scotland on top with 6 wins. Looking pretty good, 2 games ahead of everyone else. Switzerland will closely follow at 4 wins along with Canada and USA. There's going to be a bit of a battle at the bottom as well. 3 teams will be relegated as we see the other games in Curl Aberdeen this afternoon. Germany taking on USA. Norway plays China. Canada will play Korea, and also Sweden will take on Russia. All teams in action with 5 sheets of curling ice, 10 teams in the competition. It's really starting to heat up now. Every game starting to feel like a final. As we see Scotland getting ready to throw the first stone, and it was Switzerland to win the draw shot challenge coming into the game. In the pre-game practice, they'll have the advantage of last stone, which means Duncan McFadden will throw the first stone for Scotland, throwing the yellow stones. And they're looking to throw a centre guard. We saw Scotland play a great game against USA yesterday. Lots of stones in play.
Really curling, boys, hard.
There's a high level game.
Hard. Oh, that's fine. Good.
Big momentum swing throughout. And of course that game was determined on the very last stone by Ross White in the extra end. We're hoping for more of the same here. As we see Switzerland and Reto Schönenberger throw this to the wing. We've seen this approach a few times so far this week. Teams throwing this to the wing, not taking use of the free guard zone. You're not allowed to hit any opposition stones that are left in the free guard zone in front of the house, but coming into the rings does allow Scotland to hit it. Also, we have 6 ends minimum to be played, 38 minutes of thinking time per team, and a 160-second timeout. And of course, if your clock runs out, you will forfeit the game. So it's important to keep track of time. We haven't seen too many teams with too many struggles.
Yep.
Hard. Wade's good.
So it's definitely something you need to keep an eye on.
Right to it. Right to it.
10 in game.
Hard, Robin, is good.
Right to it.
What we're scheduled for.
Sorry,
We're hoping for at least that, as we see McFadden just rolling out on this occasion.
It's good.
Switzerland will just look to replace it, draw to the wing again. Is that a bit of a defensive approach by Switzerland?
As you said, Sander, we've seen it a few times this week. A lot of the teams, when they've got last stone at the first end, they're not going for it. They're just keeping it simple, and if they get a mistake, they'll blank. They'll score 2, but otherwise they're happy to blank the first end and take a hammer into second end. We haven't seen many teams come around that centre guard when they've got the hammer.
Scotland, of course, putting up that centre guard to try and use it. They'll try and make the hit and roll. Fraser Kingan throwing the out turn, counterclockwise rotation.
Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Whoa. Close.
Stones will run a lot straighter with the bigger weight.
Dunk. Roll.
Just looking to catch the inside and roll towards the centre line. Doesn't quite roll far enough. We'll have our first look at Simon Hearn. At second position for Switzerland. 21 years of age, which means this will be his last go at the junior level. That is a under 21 competition. We've certainly seen a lot of the junior teams step up into the men's game in the past few years, though. Teams like Kyle Smith, Brendan Botcher, Yannick Schwaller, Matt Dunstone. I mean, there's quite a few examples.
Line's good. Whoa, line's fine. He's a curl. We're curling now. Curling now.
Coming down. Coming now, boys. Still 7.
Still Robin. Yep.
So just trying to bury this behind the centre guard.
Hard, Robin.
Whoa.
Doesn't fully bury, but played a really nice weight. So it causes a problem now for Switzerland.
Of course, I failed to mention Bruce Mowat, who won the World Juniors just 2 years ago and will be representing Scotland at the World Championship in a couple of weeks' time in Las Vegas. Quite a fun debut for that team. As Hearn just gonna gently tick that guard over. He's looking to remove it completely. But does the main job here, opens up the centre.
They've given themselves a corner guard. So if they did get the opportunity to go for 2, they have got cover there now.
Robin Bryden also on his last year as a junior.
Line's nice.
Would love to improve on the 4th place
3, 4. 3.
Stay close.
in the World Juniors in Korea
Stay close.
1 year ago.
4. Never a touch.
4, 5.
With a new skip this time around. Cameron Bryce led the team last year.
Right.
Is this stone just coming into the rings? That will allow Switzerland to make a play and perhaps even leave the shooter in the house. So a slight mistake there by Bryden. Simon Glor.
Whoa! Close! Whoa! Yep!
Gets the double, very nicely played. And checks to the wing. It'll be quite important now for Scotland to keep the shooter in play here. If they ever hit this red and roll out, it'll leave a chance for Switzerland to come around the corner guard.
Fraser!
Calling on Fraser Kingan to try and carve the stone in for a bit of extra curl, but just going to roll out. So another half shot there by Bryden. And you can see that slight miss from Hearn paying off now for the Swiss.
Switzerland didn't start this end playing to get their 2. They were quite happy to draw to the open side. Say just 1 error or 2 half shots from Scotland, and it now gives Switzerland that opportunity to use their guard.
Which wasn't even placed there on purpose. So the sweeper is communicating well. Back to the skip about the weight and the skip. We'll then try and figure out if sweeping's necessary or not for line. That's a perfect draw by Glor. Fully buried around that yellow corner guard. It'll be virtually impossible for Ross White to come around and tap that stone out. So the call is to run the guard straight back.
Straight back. Straight back. Yeah.
The benefit for Scotland is it is a yellow guard that they can use.
Ross White, skip of Scotland. A cool customer. Should be boasting with confidence from the win yesterday. And will make this run back as well. Great play by the Scotland skip. Still leaves the guard. Still a chance for Switzerland to try and score there too. Might force Ross White to make that same shot again. A run back isn't a shot that's been part of curling forever. As we see Jan Hess trying to play that draw around. When would you say the run back started to become a very common shot to make in curling?
Yeah, I think it's just evolved over time. People would go for run backs, but they weren't practiced as much and played for as much. It was more often used when there was no other option. Whereas now it's a big part of the game, practiced a lot by the teams. And that's where the guard positioning is so vital for Leeds, so that the skip's thinking 4, 5, 6 stones ahead, so that they can use the lead stones later on in the end.
Yeah, easy on that.
Jan Hess
Ross, you've got half of it if you want it.
just find a bit of cover. Here at the front end saying you do see quite a bit of that red stone, but Ross White quite happy to play the same shot again here. There's less distance as well. Slightly easier, if anything, this time around. It's going to have to catch it maybe a hair higher. A big sweep. Try and keep the line here, not over curl. 1, 2. Wow, look at that. Even sticks that yellow in the top 12, and I think it's buried as well.
So a great force of 1.
Wow. That's a brilliant shot by Ross White.
Told you were forcing.
Look at that, perfectly on line. The Swiss can't believe it. They're going to have to draw for the one here.
And these were the kind of shots where Ross White, you know, he started curling when he was 6, and only when he was 10 years of age, he was half the height of a curling brush, and he would be in ice rinks throwing these big weights. You wondered how he could even move the stone. But he's definitely a cool customer at playing these shots now.
Switzerland didn't want to score the one here. It was either a blank or a 2. But we'll know how to make this draw for the 1. Lots of room. Should be a pretty routine shot for Jan Hess, and the sweepers are looking pretty happy. You don't mind putting this all the way onto the button either, just to give your skip a little confidence. And it does make its way onto the Curl Aberdeen logo. There'll be 1 for Switzerland. 1-0 after one end.
This side, it does swing. Like yours held really straight, because you're like.
Switzerland scoring one in the first end. They will have to start the second. That's what they were hoping not to do. Hoping to blank the end and retain the hammer. But a great run back by Ross White. Forced him to draw for one. They'll come in, top four. Scotland will throw the corner guard. What is the advantage of throwing a corner?
Now Scotland have got last on advantage. They really want to try and score multiple, so 2 or more would be nice. So if they put the corner guard on now, at least the centre's still open for them. And they can try and get play out to the wing. Duncan McFadden is on today. He's normally the alternate player, but he's played a couple of games this week for Ewan Kyle, who's been suffering a wee bit with ill health. So the alternate's been on, playing very well. In place of Ewan.
We saw Ewan Kyle with a bit of a chest cramp yesterday playing USA as well. Struggling a bit with the sweeping, but did quite well to bring Ross White's last draw to the forfeit for the win. Looked quite painful, but that doesn't seem to be bothering him too much today. It's more the cold. And there's been a few players in the field this week struggling with illness, both in the men's and the women's.
Here inside, yeah. Nice. Whoa, whoa, plays nice. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
6, 7.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
7, 8. 9.
Can't go.
9.
Close, Fraser. Pump in.
Calling this a bit heavy.
9. Hard. Hard.
Wanting to sit right on top of the red now, at least wanting to bump it out in the open.
Okay, donkey.
Kind of half does that. Peeks out a wee bit on the left side. Leaves the yellow very much exposed.
Tap and hold. Tap. Tap. Oh. Close. Tap. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, yeah. Close. Whoa.
Reto Schoenberger's a landscape gardener when he's not curling. Hits and rolls there nicely.
Danny.
Back 8.
Back 4, back 8.
I'll just throw similar weight to my last draw. So I finish pretty much key without a sweep.
Throw it for 2 and you can sweep for them.
Yeah. Felt good, boys.
Hang. Close. Whoa, whoa.
Close.
Close.
Close, yeah.
Yep. Coming down. Hard.
Hard, boys.
Hard. Hard, don't.
Hard.
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 Hard again. Keep going right after.
Hard, boys. Go, go, go.
Just squeaking past that guard. And does make a nice tap. That one red, just to try and open up the forfeit a bit here.
Swept that really well. Just passes the guard and no more.
Vem är tappad på Nordfries?
McFall, freeze. Aha.
Be snel. Out.
Ja, en de Gaal woest ik al, dat is ook goed. Zeker mogelijk.
Not out.
Met backline!
Tip. Whoa.
Wow.
Langy, Langy.
Backline plus!
Out. Tip. Veel sneller, hè? 12 verhaald.
Ja, is toch wel
Doesn't curl up and splits. Their own red there, making it all easier for Scotland. Pretty much making the shot for them. I'm not sure if Anik Lucid-Hess would be too pleased with that result.
Get good angle. Stop it.
Coach for Switzerland, they're just sitting right behind the scoreboard in the home end. Also Martin Rios sitting next to her, the freshly made silver medalist at the Olympic Games, the new discipline of curling mixed doubles.
And Fraser, who's just thrown the stone for Scotland there, he's just won the Scottish Mixed Doubles Championship and is heading off to the World Mixed Doubles.
Robin, close.
That'll be in Östersund, Sweden in April.
Yep.
More or less the last international or World Championship of the season.
That's a good shot there.
Who are these fellows, Rona?
So Alan Hanna with the pen, hearing a joke there, I think, from David Ramsey. So Alan Hanna's the team coach, and David Ramsey is acting head coach, and then Ewan Kyle on the bench, hopefully feeling a bit better.
Okay.
In the hotel and watch the game from bed. I guess he's quite keen to support his teammates.
Yeah, I think just because he's not feeling 100%, you know, there's quite a few games to go hopefully for that team this week, so you just want to make sure he's fitting well for then.
Big miss again by the Swiss. Swiss miss. Crashing on that guard, leaving Scotland sitting 2.
It's always a difficult situation here because it looks sensible to put up the centre guard, but when you've got last stone, you in the back of your head are thinking, I don't want to guard up the centre.
Just because if Switzerland is able to get in there somehow.
They suddenly tap up one of these short reds and then you've guarded it, you feel a bit silly.
And then there's no way in to score by the end of this second end. It always feels a bit counterintuitive. So indeed, it's not the centre guard to be played here. It looks more like a tiny split, perhaps, tapping back one of their own yellow and try and roll the shooter and maybe half behind the guard.
Yeah, really want to get separation here so that they don't leave an easy double for Switzerland.
Hard Duncan. Hard Duncan. Hard Duncan.
See, pushing that in behind the guard, rolling to the wing, and sets 3, and that looks pretty good.
Yeah, that was a really good result.
Let's go.
I think the team likes it as well.
Nej. Dat wordt je freeze, eller vad?
There's all the tappen.
You can see.
Freeze is niet goed.
Good chunk buried. And behind that high
Jij moment, ja?
red guard.
We gaan niet hoefbouwen.
Ik vind dat tappen goed. Elina, 2 maal over.
Okay. Hinten nog.
Team wanting the freeze. The thing is, you're freezing that top yellow. Your only 3rd shot. The skipper saying even a little tap would be good here. Just maybe tap that top yellow back a foot or 2. Maybe even set up a little nest, little pocket, a back wall to perhaps freeze onto later.
Because if they could get one in now on top of them, the skip can use it later on in the end. The last thing they want to do here is bounce off the yellow.
It's looking pretty good coming down here, right to the face of that yellow, taps it back. Maybe even over curled a tad there. Could have afforded to tap that yellow maybe a little bit more at an angle and sat a little more open with that red to be used. Still a nuisance for Scotland though.
It was like this kind of weight probably.
That is good, ain't you?
I think that's pretty close.
So Robin Bryden will want to half check this Swiss stone.
4. Yep, then.
Top 8. Nice, nice.
4, 5. Make it 5.
Where?
Well, room.
So it will prevent Switzerland from being able to use their own stone if they can just angle on the side of it.
Dunk. Duncan!
Needs to curl though.
Calling on McFadden there to try and carve it in a wee bit. That's a pretty good result for Robin Bryden and Team Scotland. Not perfectly frozen onto that red, but very hard to use their red stone. As you mentioned, Rona, also very tough to make a double.
That's Hawk.
Ja.
Big trouble for Switzerland now.
Yeah, because they know that yellow's danger for Scotland, because they can raise that yellow onto their red, spin it out the side, and Scotland could lie quite a few in there. So Switzerland need to be careful.
Goed.
It's Hawk in the corner,
Jan Hess has called the play on that stone, just thrown by Bryden, throwing hack weight. The hack being those starting blocks that Jan Hess will be kicking out from, so meaning just weight enough to punch that yellow stone through the house. Maybe try and even roll a bit to the right as we see it.
Yeah, certainly wants to be in that right-hand side rather than the left-hand side here.
Yeah, catch it right on the nose. You might leave a double on the reds. Make a tiny roll, maybe align the red stones up against the yellows.
He's just played a nice tap back weight.
Well, it does tend to curl a lot less when you start adding the weight. The weight was pretty perfect here. You see, just enough to push that to the back 12. That's good enough. But how has he left the shooter? He's hoping to curl a tad more.
But just missed his back red there by nothing.
I think it even touched it on the way back. It might be.
Yeah.
It's my eyesight, but.
Not really. Where are they going after that?
If we undercut,
Where are they going if we don't play? Where do they go?
Tap.
They're having to tap it this way.
I quite like those.
Can you get it over the top though?
You got to be really thick to even touch these. Even then, this is coming back here anyway.
If we make those, do they just go there?
Then you go straight back again.
Just asking how much they can see of that red stone.
Oh wait.
And from this view, I think you can see the whole stone, maybe even a touch more.
Nose.
A nose double takeout called for Scotland. Expecting this to just curl a few inches.
This is really just needing to nick that one behind to the side. But the important thing here for Scotland is where their shooter will remain, so that they can use it if Switzerland get a better shot into the button.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Perhaps a bit wide with this throw. Well, tapped up their own yellows there. Didn't quite spill that second red. Scotland now just lying one.
Aanlicht is een weniger.
Waar maar elkaar voor?
Ross White didn't seem too sold on the shot.
Ja.
Would
have been pretty good though if it was made. Just an inch off, perfect. Switzerland all of a sudden out of trouble really. Looking out to come after the shots. Don't tap that back and maybe sit 2.
In een 4, in een 8.
Ja.
In een 2. Whoa.
They've just come down this same line with his first tap back, so he knows the ice and weight.
Heulen. Go. Go, Heulen. Go.
Just tap it back, but have they left a double on the Redstones here for 1, 2, 3, maybe 4?
Halfstone. Halfstone's close.
He's got a bundle.
Yep,
Could be for 4.
or as they've said, a bundle.
A handful. A bunch.
You know, at the beginning of this end, they'd be quite happy to play for 2, so to get this opportunity for a 4 after his disappointing first stone result,
Ja, wel even recht. Look at me.
they'll be really hoping to make this one.
In retrospect, Switzerland could have maybe just gone for the freeze. It's always a chance that you could leave with a shot for Ross White if you didn't get it fully buried. A little wide on the first one. Looking pretty close here. 1, 2, and that is for 4. Brilliant shot by Ross White. Just count him up.
There we go. Come on.
Bryden will confirm it. Perfect double to score the 4. Missed the first one, Ross White, but got a second chance. And you love to be able to cash in on a good end of curling. And that's the way to do it.
Really good.
We don't mind seeing that again. Avoids the jam in the back, sticks the future in the forfeit. And that's
No
4
sweeping,
yells.
perfect. Scottish fans in the stands are enjoying it.
It's the same
A crowd pleaser and a 4-1 lead for Scotland after 2 ends of play here in Curl Aberdeen.
Watch it, if he is tight, don't need to jump it because it might just run.
Okay, well, tell me when you're throwing it. Good end, boys. Top 4, boys.
Line only.
Line's nice.
6, 7.
By itself.
Well, nothing then. Off it.
Really, Carlin?
Have a look. Yep. Hard.
A big score of 4.
Good sweep, boys. That curled a lot.
Means Team Scotland will throw the first stone in this third end. How does it feel to score a 4 and then just refocus for the next one?
It's a great boost when you've got last stone and you make a shot like that to get your 4. Especially they'll be disappointed after Ross's first stone there with the result of it. He executed that to perfection, so what a boost for the team. That will get their tails up. And there's still 8 ends to go though, it's a long game. And they need to keep their focus now because Switzerland will just try and fight straight back.
Sometimes it's hard to gauge how offensive, how aggressive you want to play, or how defensive rather.
Nothing early.
You have a lead early on.
We're really high. We're up here right now.
Yeah, I always think it's fine if you've got that lead when you're in the business end of the game in the last couple of ends.
Curling now.
It's quite clear, just, you know, you want to eliminate the opposition stones. Whereas this early in the game,
Still Fraser.
you still want to play to win. You know, Switzerland could get a 2 back here and then there's only 1 in the scoreboard. So Scotland just need to keep playing the way they've been playing and be happy to force one here.
Nice setup by McFadden. He played a really good game when they came in for you and Kyle earlier in the week, and so far he's been subbing quite well in this game too. It's quite good to have a fifth man, an alternate, that can just step right into the game and play well.
The team dynamic's so important, so if somebody's suddenly ill, if that person goes off the ice, is that going to affect the dynamic, bringing somebody new in? But no, this seems to be a really good setup. The five of them are really work well together.
Switzerland putting up a second corner guard. It does leave a bit of an angle. I was hoping to keep those reds perfectly level. Ross White hasn't called for the double, but catching it this way, you might see Fraser Kingan remove both the reds here.
Close! Yep!
1 and 2. Good shot by Kingan. Does leave the shooter though. He's probably having to catch the underside of that stone to make it.
We gaan het daar rondom om die. We gaan het daar rondom.
And it was such a good setup play here that now Switzerland really need to try and probably make a play on that front one, because it's too good.
Yeah, also tough for the Swiss team, giving up the 4 to figure out how aggressive they want to be, and coming back. Sometimes you might go on tilt and just play super aggressive the next end, but then you give up a steal and now your opponent's really running away with the game.
Yeah, and that's why when it is the scoreboard the way it is, only after 2 ends, Switzerland just have to think, we've got last stone, we're playing for our 2 at the next end. You know, anything more would be a bonus, but we've got to play for our 2, and that's really easily achievable. So they've got to sort of forget that it was a 4, because that sounds like a big end, we've lost a 4, but you've just got to focus on what the scoreboard is. Still 8 ends of play left.
You're good, hard, you're good. Hard, hard, hard!
Surely if Switzerland scores a 2 here, can force Scotland and then score a 2 back again, it's tied.
Smuggler.
Coming up!
That was a pretty good result there for Scotland, because they're hit and rolled half behind the corner guard, so it stops Switzerland drawing behind it, so they need to hit and roll behind it now. He's just going to go for the tap back.
Yeah, trying to open up the path in around that corner guard.
They only need 1 corner guard to get their 2 generated, so they're still in an okay position.
Yep.
You can see Ross White calling the hit and roll away from the corner.
Hard, Fraser! Whoa! Whoa, off!
This one just over curling, but catches the nose. Quite possible for Simon Glore. Maybe move both the L's here. Roll in behind cover. Almost an over curl here. Does move both the L's, but rolls a bit too far, perhaps.
I don't think Scotland will be able to see all of that red stone.
How much do I need to get to not touch the yellow?
If you peel it off, they play that. It's quite a simple double.
Okay.
Makes it sound easy.
I was thinking ahead here,
Never like
Ross
the out.
White.
Whatever you like.
I like the out.
Because if it gets the rays of the yellow onto the red, it's great, but Ross was thinking, well, if you don't and we just clear it, then we're going to have a shot at a double after the next stone.
Close. Whoa.
Ooh, very unlucky here. Leaves a guard. Also removes one yellow, pushes the second out to the wing. Switzerland maybe even shot stone.
He's in shot.
No, it is the yellow, says Jan Hess.
Yep.
That was a disappointing result, that one. It'd been better just peeling the guard thin and opening it up.
Yeah, you can see the red stone now fully buried. Really wanted to catch that on the low side. Too low, if anything.
Yep.
And as you said, just
Fished.
open it up.
Hard.
Swiss now looking for the hit to sit two. And will make it now perfectly separated. Huge distance between the reds, and with the top one buried, it'll be very tough for Ross White to deny the Swiss a score of 2 here in the third.
It is quite noisy out there for this game today. There's a lot of Swiss cowbells.
Control. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Hard. Hard.
Just inside and hits and rolls out. So Switzerland now could have a chance for 3.
Either you draw the open wing, you'll get your 2 for sure. Or you come around that guard and my 2 buried, force a run back maybe from Ross White.
Zo hoor wie te run dan, we hebben net er 3.
You could get a 3.
Wat gaan we daar liggen? Is wel met daar zijn vriest en nou de tap naar weg, oder?
Look, it will be playing in their mind that they're 3 down, so
Yep. So.
It was good there. They had a discussion about it. Do we want to go for 2 or 3?
Yeah, you'd think if you're tied,
Gaan we op 2?
you just throw the open wing, get your 2. Considering the scoreboard, it's quite tempting to do. In the end, they will just draw to the open wing. You like this call?
Yeah, they've got to get their 2 back here. The worst thing, if they tried to draw around and nicked their own red in the house and left a double, they would be kicking themselves that they'd left that. So it's a safe call. If they get 2 back, say there's only 1 in the scoreboard, 7 ends to play.
T-line in 4. Bis in 4.
Just drawing this to the open wing.
Linie goed. Bis in 4.
Don't mind bringing it quite deep into the house, just so there's no hit and roll in behind cover for Scotland.
Bal door het duif.
Big sweep
Mijn duif, die hard.
from Schoenenberger and Hearn. Doesn't quite get as deep as they're hoping, so definitely a chance for Ross White to hit this stone now and roll across the house in behind the guard. Very, very tough. But it's worth a go.
If you get over
Yeah.
I was thinking control.
Control your roll point quite deep.
By rolling back here.
Normally you're getting the roll point much deeper.
I was quite soft in the last one. Just give it a chance.
So the harder you throw it, the thicker you can hit this red stone and the flatter your roll becomes.
Yeah, throw normal and just try and get right across there.
We're going to hopefully try and give it a chance. So even if we overroll, it's at least we're not.
It is quite a long way to roll.
So
even if he was half buried, it would make it harder for Switzerland to get there too.
This is where you perhaps throw it a wee bit tight and hope for your sweepers to try and hold it. As White said, if you roll out here, no biggie. You just want to give it a chance. Sounds pretty close.
Roll it, roll it, roll it.
And it's rolling, and it's rolling. And how far does it roll? That is an excellent shot by Ross White again. Wow. Get in.
Fantastic result. Very cool customer.
Look at that. That's almost fully buried. That's such a tough shot to make. It's more a Hail Mary than anything.
Damn it.
And it's made.
I'll take that.
It's like, oh, an inch more. Just perfection. Wanted it completely buried, but that's not an easy shot.
Well, Switzerland left that chance for Ross White. Didn't bring that draw deep enough.
Yeah, because if he'd put his first draw just even back ring, Ross would have hit the open one, and he would have had an easy shot for two.
Ja, mehr brauchst du nicht. Also weißt du, wir müssen da drücken.
Wir dürfen wirklich nur die Länge kommen.
Ja.
Und wenn wir halt den küssen, rollen wir da rein.
Eben, ist auch okay. Aber das Spielen müssen wir nicht.
So if they just play enough weight to tap the yellow out the ring and no more, if they catch their top red, at least their shooter will roll in for shot, which is the safe option.
Yeah, so not throwing so much weight that you can rub off the red and then slide through the house, giving up the steal. Taking a lot of ice here, pretty much playing the draw, and then the sweepers perhaps will carry the last 4 feet of weight when they get the line to make that bump on the yellow. Made it very tough for Jan Hess. I'm sure he was preparing himself for just an open hit for the two. Last stone of the third end here. Trying to score two back. Big sweep, roll off and on. Pretty close. Will they get past that top red? Yes, look at that. Yes, Jan Hess, 2 for Switzerland. Some great shots back to back from the skips here. Didn't make it easy for him, but that's me. That's a good team shot as well. Oh, just leaks past that top red.
Perfect.
He liked that one.
Easy force.
Yeah, that's a nice feeling to score two back after giving up that 4 in the second. It's still Scotland though, up by 1.
Dan Veerskaart. Dat zo, hoor. Ja. Zo teers. Was 6 voor 4? Nee, 6 kaart. Oh ja?
Linie gut. 1-2. Der wird ja drüben. Da. Platz.
Linie macht er.
Oh, nein, das ist gut.
Eine Linie müssen wir noch.
Nein, ist gut.
Aber nicht zu tief, hä?
Nein, ist gut.
Lieber ein bisschen aufs Center. Da. Jetzt kannst du noch. Gut.
Gut gespielt. Fast 30 gehabt.
16.
Centre guard by Switzerland here in the 4th end.
Robin.
Duncan McFadden will throw the corner guard.
Really soft, boys. Where?
2.
Gonna have to go for 2.
1.
Big sweep. Just trying to put as much pressure on that broom as possible.
Hard. Good sweep, boys. Okay.
Yeah, this is a pretty key end. Scotland had that lead. They'll want to score 2, get their lead back again, whereas Switzerland will be trying very hard to force 1 here.
Good start by Schönenberger. This time, it's going to over curl and catch the centre guard. Just a bit shy for weight there. Reto. Certainly Scotland and Switzerland, some of the better nations in the World Juniors on the men's side in recent years.
He's really good.
You mentioned Bruce Mouat picking up the title 2 years ago. Carol Smith back in 2013 for Switzerland. Titles in 2010 with Peter de Cruz, and also in 2014 when Yannick Schwaller.
And Peter de Cruz beat Scotland in the final. Ali Fraser in Flims.
Of course, de Cruz went on to medal at the Olympics in Pyeongchang, bronze. Carol Smith also represented Great Britain at the Olympic Games. So you can see how the World Juniors is a nice stepping stone for the young athletes. It'll be fun to follow these teams in a couple of years' time and see how far they reach and how quickly.
And it's also great to get, you know, the Youth Olympic Games to experience multi-sport events, you know, not just curling events, to prepare them for an Olympic Games.
On your side.
Yeah, twice.
So it's great that curling's now included in that.
Well, there's curling disciplines at the European Youth Olympic Festival, Youth Olympics, Winter Universiade. So there's quite a few big championships available for young players to participate in.
Whoa! Dunk! Whoa! Roman! Whoa! Nothing.
That's just trying to roll behind cover, but has it stayed hidden? Yep, I think it has.
It's a really nice shot there. Stays back of the tee line, which means Switzerland will try and come after it.
T-line.
Draw right on top.
4-4-8.
Dran is
4-4 Emmer. Länge ist
Bruch
super.
noch.
Oh. Klar noch. Immer noch klar.
Jesus.
Drauf.
Wow. Gets a rub off the corner guard. And then spins to the forefoot. I don't think Scotland's going to like that.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Same thing happened when they were playing USA. Andrew Stopera made a similar draw to set up a score of 2 for them.
It just slithers off it. Enough to put it right into the button.
I don't think Scotland.
But he did apologise. It's always nice.
He did in fact do that.
Good sportsmanship.
I'm sure Scotland can't believe that's happened twice to them in 2 days.
Miss.
Nice pair. Fraser Kingan. I think he was trying to peel the centre guard though. Just went past and got the shots done instead. Not too bad of a result, so a bit of fortune for Scotland to follow at least.
Länge stå 4-4.
Glor will be looking to improve his stats a wee bit after these first 3 ends.
And not looking happy with this one.
That's not helping.
So Scotland have got last stone here. They really want to try and get their 2 backs.
Ross, that's the same ice.
They've got cover.
Just over centre.
Oh!
Like an inch less. Yeah.
Great chance now for Scotland to come around.
6!
2 staggered guards.
Whoa.
Sit 2.
6,
Quite important for this one to be top of the tee line.
7.
You come too deep, Switzerland just comes right on top.
Duncan, get moving!
Gonna make sure to stay in the top half of the house, but this one just not curling on Bryden.
And he did take less ice than initially they were going to.
Weight seemed pretty good as well.
Zijn we nog weer mee, plat?
Denk is goed, hè? Ja.
Denk is super.
Denk is super, ja.
Yeah, missed opportunity there because after the Swiss mistake, there's an opportunity to capitalise and get a second counter round.
Denk is stop! Warte! T-line! Linie goed! Tip!
In de knoer!
Tip!
Denk is stop!
Wow!
Linie!
Wow! Linie goed! Nog aan!
Takes a while to start taking the draw. It does come nicely at the end. He's played a lovely shot there.
Goed zo.
Just back tee, so Scotland can still freeze on top of that.
Yeah, you could see by the broom gestures of Ross White just wanting to tap it ever so slightly on the nose, just to try and free up that red stone a little bit.
Wunderbar.
Where?
He's good!
Close!
6!
Close! Whoa!
So Sweeper's happy with the weight.
Yeah.
This last one hung straight for a while, but this one's certainly coming.
Yep! Hard! Gotta go! Go!
Wants a wee tap here.
Get a shot!
Doesn't quite get the full-on tap, but leaves Scotland lying shot stone. Because it's hard to make a play on that yellow and for that red not to take out the back yellow. Still pretty good there by Bryden.
Really good.
Ja, freeze daar is ook bij.
Okay.
And Switzerland quite happy to force one here. So they don't need to make a play on that.
Dat is nu weer glad gaan.
Je verliest zien voor zien draw.
Zien we jetzt?
Jan Hess having a great game so far today. 92%.
He made that great little tap back for 2 in the third.
Oh, linie goed!
Met verlenging!
Warte, jongen! Ja! Verlenging! Heulen!
Switch!
Bist drauf!
They're happy to leave this slightly shorter and just block Scotland's way in.
Jongens! Fast! Nog lief! Go! Fast!
Pretty good there.
Yeah, they're going to be very hard for Scotland to try and score 2.
I think they might have to move some stones around here.
Switch!
Bist drauf! Linie is super! Hard! Fast, jongens! Fast!
Never stopping.
Go! Fast!
Oh. Catching his breath back.
Ja, sag's dir.
Third and Skip can smile. They didn't need to sweep.
Did you ever throw hack? Sit there.
I suppose. You ever just like roll to there?
Oh, you can just throw the draw that.
Oh, yeah.
You can just throw the draw there. We throw the draw on that, our only outing for 2 right now is that. If we throw a freeze, we're forced. For definite.
Try moving the two.
Did you ever try that? See what they do. I don't think they're blasting.
They probably throw guard them in the same spot.
Then we've got the draw to the button.
It's quite tight.
It's there.
Oh, yeah, it is. They're probably rubbing this to try and then burrow in. Give up that.
I wonder if you ever catch your own, you're really... Nah, I don't like that.
I'm quite liking this.
I just don't think you can get over the top.
What do you want to play then?
Timeout. See if... I think you're struggling to get more than two.
Have you got any?
Just like that.
Have you got any of this?
I think so.
So we can never come into the side of it. We'll stick there.
If you can stick there, then you've got that for those two or three.
A piece?
A piece, Josh.
That's all you need.
All you
Just
need.
a hack. Just to bump that one far enough to like here.
Yeah.
Barely.
Hack.
You play like a farm hack or about it.
I think just hack.
If it's,
quite
you might even
interesting
just get up
call.
to the yellow.
If you can get it thin to the side.
Didn't mind
there,
Bryden's
quite
call.
nice.
Just tapping that red stone top 8. Just try and chisel their own shot stone to try and free up that back red.
It does move.
Yeah, because that's the real danger zone for Scotland right now to prevent them getting to, is that red in the 8 foot. So if they can move that now, they're going to have more chance of scoring 2 here. Whereas this is a really tough shot. You can't see much of that stone.
Whoa. Yep.
Real tough.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad result though. Real thin double.
Close.
Just catch a tiny piece.
Just a real down weight.
Whoa.
Looking close. Well, what do they have here? It's close to perfection.
That's fine.
Well,
Well, we did
changes
say it was
things.
that stone in the 8 foot that was the danger zone. They've moved it fractionally over.
Opens up.
And the only benefit is that that yellow is always jamming on the red.
Voor 2.
Ja, genau. Da nochmal.
Darf ich de freeze, oder?
Gleiche Eis.
So again, Switzerland just have to think, right, force the 1. We freeze dead on top. Scotland can't get a 2 out of it.
Spelen nochmal de freeze.
Yeah, just freeze almost anywhere in the pocket of those yellows onto the shot stone in between them. Even inside the stone on the side of the forfeit there. I think it'd be pretty tough for Scotland to score a 2.
Bij meer daar zijn net.
You catch underside of the yellow, push it up though, spin it and you give it down.
Ja,
Ich glaube nicht.
der Rothin verklemmt immer irgendwo.
Höchstens für -1.
We'll have to watch that corner guard.
Länge war es nicht knapp gewesen, hä?
See where they go. We need to make sure we score here.
It's pretty high, that corner. Ever throw this one T-line out of hand, might track a wee bit and catch that corner. So try and make sure you bring the sweepers into play.
Linie gut.
No bounce wenn es geht. Es geht
No
no
Länge.
bounce. Achtung, Linie.
Tiep.
Wow, ja, ja.
Tiep.
Ja,
Tiep.
hard.
I don't think the corner's going to be a problem after all.
Fast. Fast, jongens, fast.
Hard.
They want to get right in and top.
Hard.
Hard.
Just over curling a little bit.
Wat? Oh.
Just look at the foot of the closest sweeper here. Just touching that guard a couple of inches closer to the center line. So Ross White quite in his right there to just move that back a wee bit. Is there a chance for 2? That is the question.
It's only for 2.
2's nice though. I don't know if you got it for 2 though.
I don't know if you can get it for 2 because 4's not really.
Because that red at the back of the 4 would spring back if he hits it right.
Just straight onto the
Just
nose
enough
of it.
out the 1 foot.
6 just here.
I think so.
Just give me where I need to hit it.
I need to throw a bit of weight here, though. We'll see that redstone probably drag a wee bit towards the left.
Might be for
just there, Ross.
Okay, let's just make it good then.
Okay.
We'll actually run the corner. Hoping for more than 2.
Here, more.
I guess they're thinking there's no risk involved. I'm liking the big shots here. Ross White has made one already.
Yep. Whoa.
Last stone. There we go. Bit of a speed wobble. I don't think he has enough here. Oh, disaster. There was a risk involved for sure. Call that too thin. Spills his own shot stone. It's a steal of 1 for Switzerland. You see that just coming out the hack. A little bit unsteady. Just wanting to throw that big weight.
They killed the game.
Risky shot there.
Risk, reward.
Yeah.
Didn't play off this time. It is tied after 4.
Perfect shot.
Linie gut! Schau mal! Hinten Platz! 2! Linie gut! Switchen! Switchen! Ist gut! Muss noch Kerle! Ja! Weit, Jungs, weit! Go! Go, Chris! Ja. Gut. Gut, Christian.
A steal of 1 for Switzerland means it's a tied game. It's been quite entertaining so far. And Scotland certainly playing with lots of confidence, being the only undefeated team in the competition.
Line's nice! Line's good!
Where's go?
You didn't seem too convinced with the call on the last shot for Scotland, Rona.
3.
I just feel Scotland were 1 up. They were lying 1 and had a possibility of getting a 2. They played big enough weight, so I think that would have made the scoreboard, 3 of a difference. After 4 ends, you would be quite happy with that, but suddenly now be back to peels. But that's the nature of the game. It's risk versus reward. Ross was more than happy going for the shot to try and score more than a 2. And yeah, they're still peels with the hammer, so still in control of the game.
Warte! Linie ist gut! Linie bessert! Achtung! Linie kommt super! Linie
They have effectively flipped the hammer. Switzerland did have that advantage coming into the game. So still Scotland ahead, if you will. Just coming up short on that draw around, though, Duncan McFadden. Kind of forces Scotland to play around this. Well, these 2 centre guards now.
nice!
And it is that key time when you do decide to go around the centre, when you've got last stone,
Line's really good!
that you do actually get into the rings and don't leave another guard.
Perfect, boys! Get on it!
Because they've got last stone, they don't want that centre blocked
Get
up.
on it, go!
So they need to get this one in.
Hard! Come on!
Right up, frozen on the red.
Yes, boys. Nice.
It's good there.
Yep, leaves it almost fully open, which means it's usable for Scotland to run back onto that redstone.
Als kansen hem dan. Ja, hij gaat er even naar de dom en weer gaat. Is nur so, ganz sacht.
Macht noch den! Da liegt er zweimal!
Sind die Karts okay?
Hä?
Was du willst, wir folgen beide Calls. Okay. Ich weiß nicht.
Sind wir in der Zeit, nicht so, hä? Ja. Wenn wir eben den da ziehen lassen, dann kann er einfach draufkommen, liegt da zweimal.
Ja.
Und wir gehen mit dem immer so auf.
Ja.
Wir haben keinen Abonnement meistens. Wenn wir da machen, kommt er vielleicht da rundherum. Und dann können wir da noch rundherum kommen. Ich finde den gut.
Ja, Guard ist besser gekommen. Guard? Ja. Ja, vielleicht vielleicht so, dann können wir so rundherum. Ist gut. Dann haben wir einen riesen Keks in der Mitte. Ist gut.
Zwei.
Zwei bis drei.
2 bis 3.
Sicher da.
Ein Platz. Wo sind wir?
3.
Sind wir tiefer?
Switzerland quite happy to try and force Scotland to their one here. Want to stop this one short.
Okay. 14-9.
It's good there. But Scotland will now need to try and open up the front here.
If you're real good here, I might see all 3 reds fly. Run this across the face of the second red, onto yellow, onto red. Maybe we'll get a smile from Fraser Kingan if it's made.
Whoa!
Nah, not quite. Anti-curl a bit less. No smile this time. I thought we were promised a smile on the first 3 ends by Coach Rambo.
We were.
David Ramsey.
We did get a wee smirk at the end where they scored 4. I wouldn't say it was a smile though.
Yeah, it's just we were saying Kingan's a little hard on himself yesterday. Seems to be all the time. Perfectionist.
Absolutely.
Is what he
Wants
is.
100% game the whole time.
The important part is to not let it affect your game. I don't mind seeing players be upset when they're missing shots, but it's important to then recompose for the next one, either for your next shot you're playing yourself or for one of your teammates.
Okay.
Yeah, hair inside nose is really nice.
The Swiss guy here,
Jazz, you want to throw that out? Can we throw that out?
pretty composed.
Yeah.
A bit of a difference. Just had to curl a tad more this time. Still on the wrong side of the inch 2 times in a row.
So close, but yet so far.
Tickly.
So Switzerland need to really try and capitalise now and make sure they make it very difficult for Scotland.
Ja, wir haben ein neues Haus.
This one over curling.
14-6.
Bit of a sloppy in here on the 5th by both teams, having played so well through the first 4.
Yeah, you go there, you try and make all of them go.
I ain't play call and go.
I like that.
Sometimes it feels like it's contagious. If one team misses and the other one does, and then it goes a little back and forth. In the same way, if a team makes a really good shot, then it's followed by a good one.
Absolutely.
It's kind of weird how that works sometimes.
Close! Yep!
Trying to make all of these go.
That's pretty good there by Robin Bryden. Finally a shot made in this end.
He looks quite cool about that one.
Good throw.
Yeah, great raise. And the good thing for Scotland is they've still got one guarded when they've got last one advantage at this end.
T-line, hinne 4.
Achtung!
T-line.
Close, ja.
Voor de 4.
Hinne 4, linie.
Ja. Oh.
Hinne 4, hinne 8.
Oh, oh.
Nog linie.
Oh, oh, oh.
Hinne 8.
Oh, plaats, Achtung. Oh.
Nog heulen.
Sicher shot, sicher shot.
Zit. Zit.
Perfect.
Good shot there. Very well buried. The ice has been great all week, swinging in both hands.
Like an inch less.
And that's what these players want. They want good swinging ice that they can bury behind guards, whether they're corner guards or centre guards.
Yep. Whoa, where?
Whoa,
Where?
Riley.
Whoa! Hey. Nothing then.
Oh.
Scotland want to just freeze on top of this
Dunk. Oh, nothing.
red Swiss stone.
Yep, hard.
Good, Robin.
Very good shot there. Had to wait till it started curling.
Genau, Nase.
Genau, freeze, Nase.
Dat is nu in. Is
Hard
dat
in,
goed?
is
Maybe even slips
Ga je er iets staan?
a foot too far. Gives Switzerland a chance to freeze on top.
Dat was goed.
Really important for Jan Hess to get more or less to the nose of this yellow.
Is goed.
Never leave it just a third frozen. It's a nose hit to set 3 for Scotland. The line is very important for this one.
Just missing one. To do with him just missing one.
It's usually pretty close for these shots. So. It's the hits we got misses.
Clearly Ross White hoping for a mistake by Jan Hess, but shouldn't you always expect your opponent to make their shot?
Yeah, you've got to expect your opponents will play 100%, and if they don't, then it's a bonus. But you've got to expect that they're going to play every shot.
But just mentally too, if you sit there hoping for a miss all the time and then they make shots, you're disappointed rather than happily surprised if you expect your opponent to make every shot.
Good size. Hard.
He's looking pretty good here.
Nog. Okay.
Just short. But it's not bad there. Can Ross see enough of that?
Yeah, hair inside.
That's the question.
Nose isn't the worst.
Nose isn't horrendous.
Make sure it spins.
Nah.
Ooh, just edge to edge with that guard, maybe. Ideally, Ross White would like to just catch this on the nose or hair inside, just enough to chip the back yellow.
Because we saw it the last end where the got into problems when he wanted to hit in the nose. It was just on the high side, and certainly this end, he can't be on the high side on this one.
Does he get second shot with the shooter, even if they don't make contact in the back, I wonder?
He's playing a down weight though here. He's not playing a full weight.
Whoa! 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 Duncan!
Must be close.
Hard dunk. Hard.
I think that was a bit more weight than was indicated.
That's fine, boys.
Yep.
Boys.
That's what Bryden's saying. Trying to get contact with the sweepers. He's going to throw Hack through more weight, and with that, curls less. Didn't seem like that weight was communicated back to Robin Bryden at the head by the sweepers, and that's why they made a bad line call.
Yeah, he called the sweepers on thinking he was anticipating the curl with a lighter weight, and then it didn't happen. But saying that, there's 3 Scottish counters around that 1 Swiss counter. So Switzerland need to be careful here.
Über den, den nu?
Ja?
Ja, dus dan müssen wir echt hier nicht zutun.
Hätte da keinen Run, oder?
Ja, höchstens. Ich glaube es nicht.
With Switzerland having seen what Ross chose to play at the last end, do you think that will make a difference to what shot they play here?
I was just going to say, just seeing what Ross White might call and try to make. I'm sure the Swiss boys are now considering every option.
Over across the face of the one which you were talking about, through the gap.
That's all you need is a 3/4. 3/4.
So Ross and Robin Bryden are already working out what options they're going to have.
Yeah, as it sits, there's probably a hole through the centre to pick that red stone. Switzerland looks to just be guarding, so I'm pretty sure we're going to have a circus shot.
I would have thought Switzerland would want to try and... They wouldn't want to leave it too short because there's options on these yellows on the right-hand side there.
Yeah, I actually didn't see that top yellow. That makes it a little bit harder for Ross White. I'll have to pinball it through. First discard will need to be made.
Linie gut!
Nur eins, zwei!
Macht alles!
Center, Mümmer!
Macht alles!
They're just looking for a centre line guard here.
Nein, nein, nein.
Can't overcurl.
Gut. Tip top.
If it's too long, Scotland will be able to come round and tap their yellow.
Schön, fair.
Gut. Ja.
Shit, man.
There's 2 spinning final.
Yeah, at least get one.
I think so.
So I'll just drag into the side of here and roll to there.
I don't think so. Back to the hack. I don't even think you can get past that one and make 3/4, Robin.
You get what you can see there.
Robin, I don't see it. I think you can get that moving.
Yeah.
Like quarter stone.
Like half stone, 3/4.
Thick half.
Thick half. Yeah.
Peel.
Yeah.
The big question here is just how easy is it to get that red stone spinning out? Actually, the back yellow for Scotland, their own stone, is the biggest problem right here. It's offering protection for the red stone from behind. They're going to play peel weight, so throwing this pretty firm, hoping to spin that red out. I think maybe to score a 2.
Just needs to catch it very thin.
Last stone, 5th end. Does he get contact? Yes, and we'll punch it far enough, and it will be 2. Another great shot by Ross White there. Well, it was quite important for Scotland to score and didn't want to give up another steal. So they will head into half-time with a 2-point lead, 6-4. 5-minute break for the teams.
Not quite how we wanted it, but
have a chat, have a snack, and they'll be back for the next 5.
Not quite how we planned it, but it'll do.
Switzerland, Scotland, it's the second end. Ross White with a double to score big. Makes it perfect. 4 points for Team Scotland. They'll be up by 3 after 2.
Okay, well, tell me when.
In the third end, Ross White just made an excellent crosshouse hit and roll. Leaves a tough shot for Jan Hess, but look at this, just squeaks right past that redstone. Taps the yellow, score of 2. A steal of 1 for Switzerland in the 4th. Tied game coming into the 5th end. Ross White with an excellent slash to pick that redstone out. Scoring 2. We'll lead it 6-4 after 5.
Not quite how we wanted it, but.
These are the other games in Curl Aberdeen this afternoon. It's all tied between Germany and USA. Norway looking pretty good, playing China up 7-2. Canada scored a 6 in the first end, and all looking to be controlling that game. 8-3. Russia is up 4-3, playing Sweden.
Mit 2 Corner gespielt, hä?
Ja, nachher Roll hinter.
Was hat dort angefangen? So und gar, ja.
Der blöde Runback, wo man seine
Er hat einen eigenen Fehler gemacht.
Ah, ja.
Er wollte clearen und hat
The technical aspect of you trying to make an angle run in that situation increases by 10 as opposed to you just battering it. Okay, so you know, just need to be, you know, if you're not fully, if you don't quite see the angles, then.
Well, just looking at the stats, you see teams are playing pretty evenly in the numbers. Not the highest, but then again, the level of shots being called have been pretty difficult throughout the first 5 ends. Lots of big shots being called, being made as well. It's been quite entertaining. We're looking forward to more. Duncan McFadden will throw the first stone here in the 6th end. Scotland playing Switzerland. The Scots are up by 2.
Nice.
And this highly entertaining game of curling at the World Junior Curling Championships
Really
2018. We're in Aberdeen, Scotland, in the Curl Aberdeen ice rink. You're listening to myself, Sander Urvog, and Olympic champion Rona Howie to give you the play-by-play and try and figure out what these boys are thinking. Good to score a 2 before halftime and lead the game into that break. Rona?
Absolutely. Scotland will be happy to get that 2 there and get back in the lead. And just calm the nerves after the 5th end break, have a chat with the coach and have quite a clear game plan now.
Super. Good save.
Good.
What's up?
Switzerland up a nice corner guard.
Top it.
And this is where it's really key for Leeds to get the correct stone positioning. Sets up the whole end.
5, 6. 6.
Robin!
5.
Whoa!
So Duncan McFadden, alternate player. stepping in for you and Kyle today.
Good done.
Brings the second one into the head.
That's fine.
Stanley.
Want to leave a double that so that the shooter can't roll behind the guard, but Switzerland won't be bothered about the double right now. They want the roll. They want to get behind cover.
Yep.
Tana hold.
Whoa.
Tiny.
Yep. Whoa. Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's me.
Switch.
So remove one Scottish counter and sit in the 12-foot. So Scotland can either hit the open one in the house or take off the centre corner guard.
Don't mind either.
Give this a crack.
Can try
Single's fine.
Can try and run this corner guard into the one in the house.
Whoa.
No sweeping. Keeping right off this one.
Fine.
Does the job. Takes off the corner. Fraser's a student in Aberdeen, so he knows this ice rink well. Simon Hohen, 68% for the game so far. Struggled a wee bit.
Wat zijn er? Voor het 12. Daar. Nee,
we moeten toch.
Nee, zijn we niet verkiest. Alleen er met mijn heuger zie of veel tiefer.
Kind of caught in between a corner guard or freeze the back one, and it did neither. So it gives Scotland the opportunity to lift both of these reds out of play.
A half stone.
3/4.
Okay.
Whoa.
Close.
Never.
So again, no sweeping.
Close. Whoa.
Wants to remove both and plays it perfectly. He'll be happy with that. We might get a smile.
Nice shot, Fraser.
But maybe not.
Yeah, as long as he's playing well.
Yeah.
The most important thing.
Yeah. Hard. Yeah. Good.
Oh, a nice double back from Switzerland. All of a sudden, not that many stones in play. Well, they have spent some time, the teams. Maybe good for both the sides here to back some clock.
Shot 4, boys.
They're well under
Line's nice.
half their time
Right now.
Line's good. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, both teams are very similar in time, so we'll get 4 ends after this. So as long as they've got at least 12 minutes, then 3 minutes an end is enough to play the game.
Whoa, Tiny. Nu in 3. What?
Bit of a half shot there by Glore. Don't think Bryden's gonna be too upset having the chance to find his draw weight. It's always a nice thing to get that free chance of just playing a draw.
Looks more than last.
Might be useful for later.
7, 6, 7.
Switzerland have probably resigned themselves to the fact that this is going to be a blank end.
Oh, that's fine, dog. Don't suit. Good.
So you're saying they're practicing the blank by rolling out?
Absolutely. No, well, because their corner guard slid into the rings and allowed Scotland to hit it, that kind of changed the end, and they obviously wanted to go for 2 here, but now haven't got the opportunity. So we'll be quite happy to blank. And as you say, maybe save some time in the clock as well.
Click knobbies. Go ahead. Special, huh?
Control.
Clean.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Clean.
So a nice nose hit from Ross. Jan Hest has had a great game today so far.
Whoa! Whoa! Chill there.
You just want to hit this one on the nose.
Whoa.
But rolls out, so practice his line for his next one if Scotland put it in the same place, but I think you'll see Scotland draw this one to the centre, so it's further for Switzerland to roll out to blank
Really
the
positive.
end.
Really positive. Really positive. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I mean clean.
I think you're there, boys.
Scotland are second in number of titles in the men's competition since it was first hosted in 1975 with 10 golds. Behind Canada, they have 18. Switzerland is tied for third with Sweden with 5 gold medals. I wonder how it's going to look in 50 years' time.
You and I won't be here to see it.
I might be. Last on, 6-10 for Jan Hest.
Yep, clean.
Oh, whoa.
Yep. Clean.
Good shot there. And it is a blank end.
Okay.
Switzerland will retain the last on advantage. They'll have to try again in the 7th end to get that corner guard up and score a 2.
Okay, we're 2 up. They've got
Top 4. Line's hair high right now.
should sit.
Line's getting better. Still Fraser. Have a look. Yep, gotta go. Hard, boys. Whoa. Clean.
7th end underway,
Really good.
which means there's 4 ends of curling left. Of course, there's extra ends to be played if they're tied after 10.
Linie, go ahead.
2-3.
Nur 2, Linie.
Länge ist gut.
Linie macht er.
Nein, schau da nicht. Sieht nur lang aus. Nein, ist super.
Wenn am Schluss noch einen, noch ein bisschen für Linie.
So Reto Schoenberger, our landscape gardener,
Good.
putting on a good corner guard.
Three.
Rim.
Robin. 2-3.
3. Fight still.
Stay close. It's curling now.
Fraser.
Fraser. Yep. Hard, Robin.
Scotland want to bring this as close to the rings as they possibly can.
Good dunk.
Fine dunk.
Just a fraction shorter than they ideally would have liked, but it does the job. You can see that Switzerland are able to see half that Scottish stone in the house. Yep. Give them the opportunity to remove it and roll behind their corner, or just freeze on top. So it's left away in for Switzerland.
Step. Line. Step. Step. Oh, in. Step.
Is 12.
Hard, Helen. Hard.
Oh, that's not what they wanted to do.
Oh, it's very. Okay.
And you can see the disappointment in his face there. So it leaves the setup for Scotland pretty good in the house now. Their one in the 4 foot is guarded. They could peel the guards off, but they're suddenly thinking, well, we're lying well. If we put out a long guard, Switzerland are going to have to chase us.
Hair high. Really high.
3.
Oh, it's curling big.
2.
Oh, Robbins.
Hard, Robin.
2.
Hard. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa.
Let it dig. Let it dig.
Whoa.
Nice shot.
Good dodge, boys.
So, played that very well. Good shot from Fraser. So now Switzerland are going to have to try and open this a wee bit.
Auf deze Seite.
They've got last stone here.
Hebben we op deze Seite aan? Gelijk op deze Seite. Wie meint? Gelijk op deze Seite, de hintergeld weg. En nog als corner rollen.
Knol is oké.
Nein, ich finde es schon gut. Nein, nein, der andere.
Zweier stirbt
Der andere ist gut.
Zweier stirbt gerade.
Ich finde den in der Mitte gut.
Spelen wir den, komm.
Zwei is good, so moving 2 guards is good for them. See, my Swiss is coming on.
Whoa!
Oh, bit of a chuck there at the end. Big extension.
Yep.
Doesn't overly help the situation much.
Exactly the same spot, boys.
So you can just see it release here, the big
Really soft in it.
That's fine.
I'll try just throw it the same again.
extension, and
I'll try it anyway.
didn't catch what he wanted to of that. So leaves Scotland with 2 in the house and the guard up. So they just want to replace that centre guard.
And the whole right side of the sheet is completely blocked off as well.
3.
Dunk, get moving.
Gotta get moving, boys.
Hard.
There.
This needs to curl, so
Hard, boys.
Really
You're
hard.
moving it. Go.
Going.
Hard.
Hard, boys.
Hard.
So get it there.
Get
Go,
in.
go, go.
Fagin trying to sweep
Cross, boys.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
with the curl.
Sweep.
Gets an extra finish.
That's fine.
Just didn't curl as much as they wanted, but it's enough for Switzerland to say, no, we need to get this open.
Also enough angle here to play the slash. Maybe get all 3 yellows on the centre line going and roll the shooter away. But I get another bit of a chuck. Too thin. For Simon Hoon.
Scotland will just keep guarding now, and Switzerland will just trying to clear, because it's not easy for Switzerland to really draw in and get shot here. Scotland keep blocking it up.
2. 2's fine, don't jump
Line's
it.
nice. Line's really good. Hair inside.
Line's fine. Line's fine.
1, 2.
Oh,
Kane.
centre line.
Kane.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard!
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 Go!
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Good.
Good. Ross. Is that a touch more positive than my second one? Thought that.
So it's a longer guard, but it's good there. Causes a big problem for Switzerland.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing the long guard. Makes it tougher for Switzerland to open it up, if anything.
Yep.
Whoa!
Throwing the straight run back here, trying to catch something. Does catch that stone top 12. It's a very good shot. Let's see him on the glow.
Yeah, it's interesting when the guards have been closer, they've struggled to lift the one behind when the guard was longer there and it's more difficult. They did manage to catch one.
Two.
Line's nice. Yep.
Just two.
Whoa!
Hard. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa!
Line's really close. Whoa. Nothing.
Just
Let
needs
it
to
dig.
set.
Dig.
Dig.
And a boy, Robin. Real good.
Yep, they're happy with that.
Perfect spot.
The guards are shot in the house. But it is quite long, and even though it's a good draw around it, Switzerland really need to keep the centre open to try and give themselves some chance to get in.
Hindert even meneer. Gaat zo goed.
Op het door.
Get a chance to get all the three yellows moving here. Yellow onto yellow onto yellow. To clear everything, open up the centre.
Yep.
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 Would at least
Yep.
want to get two off of the centre line here. Not quite, just stuffs it. Doesn't really improve the situation too much. You're going to have to make a double.
Okay.
Just, even if you remove one stone, Scotland's just going to replace it.
Same kind of spot.
They're at a standstill here, the Swiss.
Jesus.
Okay.
Or bump.
Ja.
Yeah.
Make it good then.
Because even if we go 3 and he runs it, we've got round everything.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got a
It's
road.
a really good position for us here.
Last night.
You can hear there Ross planning what he's going to do with his next stone, depending what the opposition do.
Oh, nothing then.
3, 4, 3, 4, 5.
Stay close.
It's coming down.
Line's really good.
No.
To it.
Doesn't want this guard too close to the rings to make it easier for
Get
Switzerland
frozen.
to run it. It's coming right in though.
First big mistake we've seen from Ross White so far in the game. Could have thrown that almost anywhere between the house and the hog line. You can hear himself before throwing saying, I don't mind being 3 as a tight guard. I don't think
But he was talking about the next stone of the end, and you wonder if he was just thinking ahead too quickly. You know, got to play this stone first. Now gives Switzerland the opportunity. If they can get rolled in behind this cover, they've never looked like scoring a 2 at this end. But all of a sudden, they do.
I think that was the wrong tolerance. Much better throwing a long guard there. Line was the most important part.
Yeah.
And with those 3 other guards, you could have afforded to be a little bit left of the centre line as we saw it. We'll throw some big weight. Those stones are a bit frozen. It's hard to get that top yellow spinning too far with just a normal weight. Throwing it quite firm.
Oh, yep.
But can he buddy with his shooter as well?
Fish, Hebner. Sit.
Does hit for shot stone. Just. But is it open for Scotland, you wonder?
He's really unlucky there. He caught it on the right side, but just fractionally too thin. Scotland can see at least 3/4 of the stone from the hack.
Would love to try and leave the shooter in the house here for Switzerland to take a 1. If you roll out, surely Switzerland will look for the blank.
Whoa. Wait's good. Upper here.
Close.
Whoa. Upper touch.
Fraser. Hi, Fraser. Go.
Trying to make this
go,
curl.
Go, 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 go. You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good. Attaboy.
Plays it perfectly.
That will leave a draw to the forfeit for Jan Hess.
Good shot. I knew a bit of it.
But he'll be happier playing this draw than he was a few minutes ago when it was on the button and it would be very difficult to outdraw. He only needs to bite the 8 foot here.
Innerlijk capped, jongens, hè?
Nog cap?
People seem quite happy with it just now. Just bite the 8 foot.
Yeah, always nice to see the sweepers just keeping it clean. Means they don't want it to stop too much. No need to sweep it too far. On its own, to the button. Nicely played by Jan Hess. Brings home the bacon. Still be trailing Scotland though. 6-5 after 7 ends.
Ja. We wisten dat niet before we go 2 up again. We make 2, we're back in that position. We know we can do. Linie gut.
1, 2.
Hinten op Platz.
Lijn super, lijn staan. 1 Hammer.
1 Zimmer. Nur hun.
Kann nie verlängern.
Nein, Linie macht er.
Ich weiß nicht.
Nur hun.
1 down without the last on advantage with Switzerland. They'll be throwing the centre guard, maybe even 2. I think that's the plan here. I was wanting that first one to just creep over the blue hog line. It's come a bit deeper.
Okay.
Will make it a little bit harder to get the separation, the distance. Looking for Duncan McFadden to come around, take control of the top of the house. They know Switzerland will be coming in there around their guards.
Hard, right to it. Whoa.
So you want to get there first. This comes, oh, ever so close.
Jeez, I'm good.
To the guard, and is quite lucky to get that all rubbed. It would have popped out the other side fully in the open if it passed it.
So.
Incredible.
Freeze.
Dead even.
Even Stevens for the lead.
Reto Schönenberger and Duncan McFadden.
Voor de 12-8.
Harte, Linie gut. Linie gut. Linie gut. Achtung.
Nog voor 8.
Nog längre. Linie super.
I think the plan for Switzerland was to throw another centre guard, but now just realising that it'll be tough to get that separation, they'll look to play the freeze instead. Bit of an oversweep.
Hoogspel.
14,5.
Gets that bounce, didn't want that.
Goed zo.
So as a lead, if you're putting up 2 centre guards, what would you prefer, Sander? Do you prefer to go short and then come round it, or go close and then put a long one on?
Well, I have played lead quite a bit. So I think it's a lot easier to throw the tight one first and then the long one, but it's a lot easier for your opponent to make the tick shot on the tight stone. So If this was like a 10th end, I'm always trying to look to throw the long one first. It's always a bit scary. You don't make it over that hog line. Oof. But it's a Leeds time to shine.
Absolutely.
And it was always enjoyable to make them.
Yeah, it gives you that sense of satisfaction. It's like the Leeds tick. You know, these are specialist Leeds shots.
We'll probably might see that later on. Battle of the Leeds. And definitely the closer you get to the end of a curling game, the more the leads become very important. And it's so evident how important those shots are.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever play Leeds. It's far too much pressure.
I was probably hoping to tap those yellows a bit more. Needing to open up away to that button, Switzerland.
Robin.
This is where Scotland don't want to get sucked in to what's in the head. They've got to think, right, what's the scoreboard?
You can play that.
We're 1 up and we've got last stone here.
Nowhere.
8th end. So if they want to score their 2.
I don't mind moving that one.
That. Then they probably have to play that freeze.
Or round. Then you got that.
Fraser King's giving us big smiles now.
Do we ever try hack and just try rolling here?
My first thought was under.
I just think it's getting a bit cluttered if we just go there and then they make the double.
Well, even if we're only just a hair inside.
Scotland need to watch here that they don't set up a pocket and leave it for Switzerland to get in there.
Okay. I don't mind going inside.
Okay, let's try it. Hack.
Even Scotland hitting and rolling away here is not a bad result.
Taking nose is a disaster, really.
Just inside. We can go inside and push our own at hack.
Aye, but I'm saying nose is a disaster.
Just trust it.
Okay.
Just trust it. It's easy. Trust the stone, it'll do what you want.
Big advantage. Fraser Kane over Simon Hearn.
Close, yep. Hard! Hard, really gotta go! Hard!
Real big sweep here.
Whoa.
And takes the guard. Guard wasn't in play.
Upping and removing the guard from play would have been a better result.
Out, Lengy.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there. She just barely moved the centre guard.
Okay.
If anything, it makes it all easier for Switzerland to get to their redstone top of the house and tap back onto those yellows. But that centre guard wasn't really that much in play.
Backline. Out, Hemmer. Oh.
And this is what I was saying about Scotland just getting sucked into the way that Switzerland are playing this end. Scotland have to stick to what their game plan is here when they're 1 up in the scoreboard.
Yeah, even just a score of 1 here is pretty good for Scotland. They're 1 up with 3 ends to go. Quite important to score in this one. Keep Switzerland scoring in 9. We get the last one advantage back for the final end.
Yeah, hack.
Whatever you like.
Try to double on the right.
You could hear you and Kyle and Bryden thinking about maybe playing the double on the 2 other reds.
Yep.
Yep.
In the end,
Hard.
stick to the call.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, not you and Kyle, obviously, but Kingan and
Close.
Get better.
Bryden and McFadden, rather.
That's it.
6.
Yeah, it's difficult because sometimes from the hack you do see a different shot
It's not bad, really.
that maybe your skip hasn't seen, so it's always good to communicate so you're both quite clear what you're going for. That's a pretty good result there. But the more and more stones that are gathering around that 4 foot, the more it can benefit Switzerland here. Scotland want to keep things open.
Back!
The way it's working for Scotland now, they're almost forcing Switzerland to open it up for them. That's pretty good there.
It's a great result.
You see where that throwing stone ends up. Almost at the top of that pocket. Tough to remove.
Higher.
Could perhaps play the double on the
more.
top and bottom red. As we see Bryden with quite the advantage on Simon Gloor.
Kicking.
There's still some curling to do though in this game.
Whoa. Off. No roll. Don't.
Roll it.
Just taking off the top one, rolls to the wing. Wouldn't have mind seeing them throw a bit more weight there, maybe catch that bottom red. That's the problem, Rock, right now, I think.
Yeah, so Switzerland, it's a big opportunity for them here, calling a timeout to make sure they are all in agreement.
Dat is mooi, kijks.
Ja.
Vraag me uit met dit of zal het spelen?
Dat is hard tappen.
Ja. Zijn we daar beleid?
Vind jij niet slecht?
Maar het licht zo mag ze zeggen ook.
Über die roten hat alle nichts, die liegen alle schlecht drin, oder? Wenn wir jetzt da die Winkel würde ich lassen irgendwie, weißt du, das früher da?
Ja. Da afvries. Kom je met de tegen met de wegbegonnen?
Ja, ja, es sind noch zwei.
Aber wir probieren ja stark.
Den würde ich mit dem letzten wegbekommen.
Was ist mit dem Freeze? Was willst du spielen?
Ja, wir wollen den irgendwie noch wegbekommen, dann müssen der Shot werden.
Darum, wenn du den da als innen abfriest, kannst du am Schluss den mit einem hohen Haken da hin. Tak, tak.
Ja.
Ja, aber ich finde vorne nicht schlecht besetzen, dort vorne. Freeze.
Freeze dort.
Freeze.
Das ist noch Freeze, nicht tappen.
Nur noch der Freeze.
Der Freeze lange, ja. Lange.
Er muss irgendetwas machen, oder?
Ja, dann kann er nicht mal schiessen. Sonst kann er wieder tappen.
Ja.
Okay.
Find's
Also
gut.
gut. Let's go. Freeze.
Should do the long side, doesn't it?
I'd say Annick Brewster-Hess was pretty clear
And you've got this.
with what she wanted them to play. And that's just to play a freeze right in the top pocket here, in between that top red and yellow. And certainly make it very hard for Scotland to remove too many red stones. Just kind of lock it in, put the stone in jail.
Yep, yep, yep.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Yep!
Yep!
It's pretty perfect there.
That's a great result.
I think even that little tap on the yellow is maybe beneficial as well. See those top two reds, very hard to remove. They'll be going right back onto the yellows.
Okay.
Let's move here.
3/4.
Yeah.
Scotland quite quick. Called a run on the guard. So essentially trying to open up the front.
3/4 is good.
Also try and rattle the stones in around the forfeit.
Yeah, they really want to try and get some movement in the ones in the house. So they're not sitting well for Scotland just now.
Yep!
Yep!
Hard! Yep, hard!
What to go here? 1, 2. Oh, certainly spills it open, but leaves two red stones dead on that centre line. Switzerland lying 2. And they can throw a guard back on.
Didn't see it.
Now just a question of
Yeah, there's so many stones moving, they didn't really see whether ones had hit the side or not.
Der los gewesen?
Didn't see it.
Weißt du das etwa? Ich habe nichts gesehen, ich bin am Wissen.
The one touch for sure. I heard it, but I don't know which it was.
Yeah, that one definitely touched.
I think it was this one. That came like this.
Das ist doch Hose, nicht?
This one.
Ja.
Is it good?
Okay. Goed.
Hij had al te run double. Nu moet hij nachlaten.
Yeah, that's the right one. You can see it there. Bounces one, bounces the barrier and comes back in. So that one needs to be removed from play. But it's hard when there's so many stones. The players don't keep track of them all. And they're all moving. So not a great result there for Robin Bryden.
If he makes this, just go try going right around.
Ja, men wint hem hoog.
Switzerland lie 2.
You can see Jan Hess is really the player on the Swiss team that's keeping them in the game.
Both hands to draw to.
He's been playing great so far. This is probably one of the easier shots he's going to have to make. He's had some tough ones. But even throwing a centre guard on this swingy ice is a little bit difficult at times. You've got to make sure you release it good. What's helping them here is that yellow guard is up there, so not needing to be as precise.
Clean,
That's the right side is already guarded.
Gar niet stuuf. Graad ervoor.
Really perfect.
Very nice.
It's long enough that it makes it difficult for Scotland to run in.
That didn't overcurl there.
Scotland are line 2 against, and they really want to score even a 1 here to get that 2-up advantage after 8 ends. So do you try and draw around now?
Are you trying to make it here? Or are you trying to make it here?
That stops if you go.
I don't think because this one's higher, I don't think I'm moving very far. If you get top button here, you're nice. Don't mind time.
Timeout is called by Scotland. And a whole bit of trouble here.
Make it top button, we're good.
See, Anne.
It's a very small margin for error, though.
We know the line.
And Allen make his way to the ice. Already on the ice.
First thing was the run, have to
Quick
say.
walk.
Yellow or red? Yellow or red?
Red.
Just try and lift them all.
Absolutely, yeah. If we get it right, then we're looking really good.
I think we need to try and open something up. My biggest worry is if you get close and you just stuff and roll here, I don't have a drop. Well, I have the draw around that way.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, you've still got to draw it here both ways because he's going to, he's going to have to guard centre line. So you've still got pin both ways.
Catch it thick. Does this ever just roll and walk here?
It runs underneath it if you get it. Nah, you're probably trying to get it this side of it to roll it underneath that one.
That goes through that gap.
Yeah.
I think that's a shot. I think we need to open.
Well, run it onto this side. No, this.
I think so. I think we take this
on. What side you run onto? That side.
That side, and yeah, and then underneath it. So, yep.
And that goes there.
And out.
Out.
Nose, basically.
What?
Very much nose.
Let's make it, Robin.
Let's make this, buddy.
Well, we've seen Ross White call these shots where there was other options. This time, not that many options.
Close.
Oh.
Trying to bail Scotland out of trouble here. Sounds pretty close. What's he got here? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Wow, look at that.
Shot.
What a shot indeed. And Scotland lie at least 2.
Oh. That woke the fans up there. You can see he hit it exactly where he wanted to. Spin both reds out without touching any of the yellows in the house. So Scotland lie 2.
It's got to make this perfect.
However, there are 2 guards out front that Switzerland can draw behind.
Nog wie is 4, oder?
Ja.
Ganz 4 was ook geil, ne?
Dat is met Stuf.
Dat komt dubbel, weißt du, für 4.
%88 on draws. Jan Hess has been dead on every single draw. But every once and again, you will get a miss. Well, this would be a crucial time to not make it. Need a good one here, Switzerland. But it's a big sweep. Is it getting closer to that centre guard? Is there enough weight to carry this past? I don't think so. Jan Hess stunned by that run back by Ross White, not able to follow up. And now it's an open hit to score 4. And that could be the game. Should be the game. I had that feeling. You have a guy playing that well, you're bound to miss one. It's definitely not the time.
No.
For an error. Last on 8th end. Let's see. Ross White. Nose hit.
A nice open hit. Doesn't need to raise anything here.
Anywhere inside. There we go. A score of 4. That's going to be a 5-point lead. Will the Swiss even continue? No. That is game over. Scotland stays undefeated. Another entertaining game this afternoon from Curl Aberdeen, Scotland. Now the home favourites are really living up to the crowd's expectations. The Swiss definitely gave them a run for their money. Gave up that 4 in the second end, but came creeping back in the game. But another score of 4 will close it out here. (10-5) final score. You gotta wonder, is there any team that can stop these boys? Only China and Sweden left for Scotland to play. And China and Sweden on the bottom half of the standings. We'll have some highlights for you, and we'll have a wee chat with Ross White as well. Second end. Switzerland, Scotland. It's a double for Ross White. Great chance for a big score. 1, 2, sticks the shooter. 4 points and a 4-1 lead.
If he is tight, don't need to jump it because it might just run.
Okay, well, tell me when.
Jumping ahead to the 7th end. There's Jan Hess facing 2. Needs to make the draw to keep them in the game. No worries there. Right onto the button. Still trailing by 1. In the 8th end, Ross White made a beautiful run back. Dispel all the Swiss stones. Jan Hess coming up short on his draw, leaving this open hit to score another 4 and close the game out for Scotland. A 10-5 win. Here are the other scores this afternoon. USA are up 65 over Germany. Norway beat China 9-2. Canada also with a bit of a blowout there, 10-3 playing Korea, while Russia is up 7-6 playing Sweden. Those are the standings. Right now Scotland qualified for the playoffs through to the semi-finals, undefeated at 7-0. We'll see Canada, USA, Switzerland will closely follow. Still a chance for Germany and Norway, looking pretty tough for Sweden, China, Korea and Russia. We have Ross White with Rona Howie.
Well, congratulations, Ross. We're going to call you Mr. Runback King. What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, it was a really good game. The boys played well again. I can't fault them at all. And the Swiss boys played really well. We just managed to make a few good shots early on and at the end there, which managed to help us through.
And you took the 4 early on in the game to control it, came back to 4-all. What were your thoughts when you went for that angled raise on the corner guard rather than just a straight hit?
We don't think we could have made any more than 1 going anywhere near the centre one, so we thought we'd give it a pop for 3. It didn't really pay off, so we gave away a 1, but no, we thought it was maybe a risk worth taking.
And how's Ewan Kyle doing?
Ewan is he's got a different problem this time, but I'm sure he'll be back on the ice tonight, well tomorrow, and hopefully he'll be fighting fit again.
Well, congratulations, a great game by you all.
There you see the scoreboard. The 4 points really stand out in the 2nd and 8th end, although the 10-5 win for Scotland doesn't quite reflect the game we had. It was closer than that. But for this afternoon from Curl Aberdeen, that's the coverage we have. There's more curling left at the World Junior Championships, so stay tuned here on World Curling TV.